Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day, and today is Saturday the 17th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got this morning, fairly decent time frame. Didn't have any plans for today, have anything needing to be up early for, so it was not a big deal there, but I went ahead and got up, got outside, got the doors closed, the bedroom, so I leave the doors open, and then the morning sun shines through the bathroom windows and then the dining room area into the bedroom, so I closed the doors so my lovely bride can sleep in a little longer if she wants to. So headed outside, jumped in the hot tub for a bit, and had myself a nice little morning cigar, waiting for her to get up. She got up and around, we chatted for a few minutes and whatnot, and I asked her if she was still wanting to look at that car today, and she said she was. I'm like, okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and get my run and all that stuff done, because that way it's over with and taken care of, don't have to worry about it, because it's on the fact that who knows what happens in the trip, get tangled up and get delayed and whatever and whatnot, or might find something fun up there to do and we spend the night up there if we choose not to get a car and whatever. So went ahead, went and get my run in. Feels weird running early, because I usually run late afternoon, early evening kind of thing when it's the hottest part of the possible day, which I don't know why I do that. It's just for punishment or what, but that's what I do. So but yeah, I went ahead and got my run in, got back from the run, jumped in the shower, got cleaned up, got ready to go. Talked to my wife and said, hey, I'm ready for punch whenever you are. So she got ready, and then I had reached out to the owner of the dealership and asked him what time he was going to be there today. He said he'd be there till 4 o'clock, and I'm like, cool, not a problem. So we headed up, jumped in the car, and we discussed about we were going to drive up, like just jump on the interstate and drive straight there, or if we're going to come like down one, whatever. And she's like, well, let's come back down on one, that way we can get there sooner, come back on one. I'm like, okay, but if we buy the car today, which I wasn't certain if we were doing or not, I'm like, if we buy the car today, we're gonna be driving home separately. So you're gonna be driving home in the convertible, or back in the Focus, I'm gonna be driving home in your convertible, and it's not like we're gonna be enjoying the sights together, because normally we go on scenic site drives and stuff, you just sit in the passenger seat and enjoy all the views, and now you have to be doing the driving, at least with one of the two vehicles. So I said the other option is, if you don't want to buy the car today and you don't want to plan it with, won't take any money or nothing, and go with the concept of, hey, this is what we want, I'll get a trailer, I'll go back up next week and buy it if we decide we want it, if you want to think about it overnight kind of thing, whatever. And she goes, I don't know. Now she's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm like, okay, that's the decision you gotta make. You've been at this for, we've been thinking about a new car for 2 years now, and actively looking for over a year, like heavy looking. So we don't have to buy this thing. Like, this is not an only or, but this is the one she showed the most interest in so far, ironically enough. So went ahead and scrounged up a bunch of cash and basically went through and counted it out and made sure we had enough money for what I thought was a fair price in the car, plus estimated how much plates and tax, title, and license and all that kind of crap would be. So we jumped in the car, headed up, and she decided, let's just drive straight there. We'll drive back home down one if we want to. I'm like, okay. So on the way there, I asked her again, is this something that if you like it, you want to buy it today? She goes, yeah, I think so. And I go, okay. So get there, talk to the guy. He's got a little small repair shop in the back where he fixes the cars. Has a lot out front. We got talking a little bit. I'd been and looked up there and looked at the car like a year ago, ironically enough. Wasn't the car for her, so doesn't matter. Went ahead, we got the keys, put plates on it, put the top down, showed a few of those things, how it works, all that fun stuff, and then decided to take it for a drive. And just like every damn car lot, and I understand when you're a used car lot, you don't want to have like full tanks of gas sitting around, so you might siphon it and steal it, or take a car for a test drive and drive 300 miles on a tank of gas, which is, you should kind of restrict your test drives a little more than that. But my wife's driving stuff and she has out of town, she goes, well, it's low on gas. I said, well, from my side, it looked like it was empty. It wasn't. It still had a little bit of light, had just came on, he said. But either way, I'm like, keep driving. If it dies, we'll call him and he'll have to send a tow truck out to us. You can't send it out with zero gas to be able to go anywhere. So I'm going to drive the car as far as I'm going to drive it. So we drove out of town. She liked the way it drove. She felt she got in it well. She could get in and out of it. She could see things out of it. It was what it was. So, and it's definitely, it's a chick car. It really is. It's not a Corvette. It's not that. It's a chick car. So ironically, one of my clients has a very similar version of it. That is one of the things that she said before, how much she liked that car when it got dropped off. And one of the reasons I was looking for this car was because of that. So, but yeah, went ahead and she drove off ways, pulled over, and switched drivers and stuff. And then she pulled. I said, she's like, "You're trying to find a turnaround spot," and we're kind of out in the middle of hillbilly Florida. And I'm like, "Just pull off the side of the road somewhere. I'll do the U-turn," because she kept like, by the time she'd see a driveway to pull into, she'd feel like she missed it and blah blah whatever. So she stops just coming out of a corner. I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, everybody's coming down this corner. They're like a blind corner coming out. I can't see around and stuff. Like, this is not where you stop ever again. Like, this makes no sense." So we swapped place real quick. I drove down the ways, did a U-turn real quick, came back, and got back into like in town part. And it's kind of a small town, but so I was like, "Hey, since we're back in town, do you want to drive again more? Now that I saw we have plenty of fuel, but mostly, do you feel comfortable, in it?" So she drove around some little back parts of towns and stuff, and little side roads and stuff, and even backed up and turned around like in an intersection and stuff, and make sure she could see out the back windows and all that kind of stuff. And actually did a pretty thorough test drive, I thought, which I was like, "Oh, this is not like her normally. Normally she gets in it and she's like, 'Nope, hate it.'" So I was like, this is interesting. I like this. So on the way back, I talked to her. I said, "So, do you want this thing or not?" And we put the top down when we got in it, and then drove out. And when I went to drive it back, I put the top up because I wanted to see what it sounded like with the top up, because we'll be driving it a lot more, especially if we're going to take it to North Carolina. I will have the top up for 90% of that trip. So I want to know what it sounds like top up. Sound fine. Top up, everything's good. Get back there to the dealership, park it. Everything's good. She says she wants it. So now he's got to figure out a price. Figured out the price. Out the door, cash, the whole taxes and title and plates and everything. Got it all done. And then that took forever. Just takes forever apparently to type up this shit. The guy is super slow at typing. He's a fine mechanical inclined guy, but holy crap, he is not at all good at the typing. So that was taking forever and ever and ever. And it was funny because I pulled out actual cash money, and he's like, "Oh, it kind of got a little bit weird looking face whenever I unlock the door," because it makes sense. You don't want to be sitting here in your office and see somebody else rando walk in and see a pile of cash on your counter when you got, racks and racks of money sitting out here. Is just kind of a little bit, it could encourage somebody to do something stupid. So I was like, "Yeah, no big deal. It's all good." So I went ahead and finally got all the paperwork finished up, got the plate put on it. Went to head home, asked my wife, "Do you want top up or down?" She says, "I want top down." I said, "Cool." Let's put the top down real quick. Headed over to the gas station, filled up my car, her car, and her car. So went ahead and filled up both cars, and then heading out. She said she wanted to drive back down one. And I'm like, "Whatever makes you happy." So we head back down a different direction and drove for a while, and we were getting in that thing, and she's now at that point been driving for a while with the top down at 60 mile an hour or so. And I was like, I bet she's changed her mind a little bit. So I pulled in to a hotel because I couldn't get her to answer the phone. I was calling her, saying it was just too noisy with the cell phone with the wind blowing. So I asked her, I said, "Hey, how you doing? Do you want to keep going down 95 or do you want to keep going down US 1? She decided to go down 95, but wanted to put the top up. So went ahead and said, "Hell, it's all good. How are you doing?" So while we're in the hotel parking lot there at the on-ramp, she went ahead and put the top up, and she goes, "We got to cross 4 lanes traffic here." I'm like, "No big deal. Just when the thing's cleared out, go for it." So she takes off, gets on there. She says how much she enjoys that car for the on-ramp. It's like 300 horsepower V8 in a little convertible instead of her little Focus, which is probably 125 horsepower, so maybe 165 horsepower, but it goes better than her car. So she takes off, enjoys the drive home with the top up. Everything's good. We get home, she wants to show it to her dad, pulls in across the street at his place, and I said, "Leave the top up till you get there so you can watch the top go down." It's kind of cool to see a hard top go down. So she texted him. I said, "Text him and tell him to come out so you can see it pull down." So pulls in, she's excited, he likes it, he wants to go for a ride, so he hops in, they go for a ride. We get back, she drops him off at his place, and just moving the car back across the street, as they're there, put the top up, everything's good to go. I was like, cool. A little later in the day, I decided I had to run, but I didn't have to. I was gonna go out and basically get Chinese food my wife wanted for dinner, so I jumped on the motorcycle, ran up, grabbed Chinese food, got back, and then realized we didn't stop at Dollar General to get my $5 off coupon for my sodas, and I'm like, shit. So I'm like, well, I'll go take her car, put it in our driveway anyway and stuff. So I go out there, throw the top down real quick, everything's great. Go to Dollar General, come back, go put the top up, hit the button, trunk lifts open electronically, top doesn't go up. And I'm like, oh, you gotta fucking be kidding me. So I'm like, okay. So I try it again. Now it won't do anything. All I do is trunk close, it won't go up. So I'm on YouTube trying to find videos and stuff. I've tried it like 5 times. Trunk lifts open, doesn't go up. I'm like, son of a bitch. And I had somebody else go lift that car, and they put the top up and down. He said 3 or 4 times. He's had it down a few times. We had it up and down 4 times, 5 times a day already, and now it won't go up. And of course, it's late. My garage has a bunch of shit from her father's storage unit when we moved him out of the assisted living and out of his house and assisted living, put a bunch of shit in storage unit. And there's a bunch of stuff in there that needs to be thrown away because I don't want it and he don't have room for it. So I don't know what the hell it is. So I can't put the car in the garage right now. And I'm like, motherfucker. So I'm like trying to figure out how do I get this done. So I started looking and I saw some videos, try this. And I can't figure out how to manually, like if the battery's dead or somebody steals the battery, I'm trying to put the top up. Can't figure out how to do it. So no idea what's up with that. So I'm like, God damn it. So I fight with it. I found a couple videos. I'm trying, it's still not working. And I just kept trying it off and on. And eventually the top went up. So now the top's up, but I'm pissed off with this car. I'm pissed off myself because I took the car, which I shouldn't have done. Her car, should have left it alone. And the top, had the top got stuck down with her, wouldn't have been a big deal, but it got stuck down on me. So now I'm overthinking it and beating myself up on it. Why'd I have to put the top down her car? It's ridiculous, yada, yada, yada. So yeah, not happy. But now I'm out here sweating my balls off. It's just hot as hell. And I'm like, it's like 9 something at night finally by the time I get the top up. It's ridiculous. And I'm out there with a headlamp on trying to figure it out. Yeah, no idea. Somehow or another, there's like a reset. It's like manually pushing the thing. I don't know. I'm thinking it's in the little flip up tray behind the seats in front of the trunk, that little like decorative tray thing. I'm thinking that might be in there, one of the sensors in it, but don't know. Can't find. Everything I see on YouTube is how to manually put your top down if it doesn't work, because they say when you put it down it resets it and then it'll go back up. Probably just mine's already down. Mine was already completely open. Like I need to figure out how to get it up once it's closed. So no clue, but gave up on it. Said hold it, didn't make a difference. So it's up, that's all that matters. Car's locked and I'm beating myself up for this whole concept of why I want to put the top down. But could have been worse. Could have happened as it was raining. Could have happened while she took it to work or something. Who knows? So yeah. And I don't want her to have to think about it, 'cause now it's going to bug her in her mind. Like I wanted her to Monday jump in the car, put top down, drive to work, put top back up, go to lunch, put top down, put top back up, and never think about it. But now, at least for a while, until they find out what caused that or replace some parts, every time she puts top down, she's going to think it's not going to go back up. And that pissed me off. Even though it's a 22-year-old car, I wanted it to work flawlessly. I don't have to worry about it. But so now I'm looking for a mechanic that works on a random weird Lexus that was only made for like 9 years, which is the SC 430, which is what we got. And first year the V8, first 2 years they only had the 6-cylinder, but they put the V8 in it in 2002. So we got the 2002 model. So yeah, it's only got 70,000 miles on it. Super clean car. Happy with it, except for that damn top. That top's annoying. But yeah, so we got that done. I got back inside, beating myself up mentally, 'cause that's what I do. And then we talked about also trying to figure out my dates. I'm gonna try and fly back up north to see family. I'm gonna see my cousin and her daughters, hang out at their place for a few days, and trying to make that happen. So yeah, there's that. That's basically what we got going. So yeah, went ahead, head back outside after getting all that stuff, soda put away in that, and had myself a cigar and watched another 12 more videos trying to find out how to manually put this top up, and haven't found one yet. Everything is like when the top is up, how to get it up and down, but not what you do at the top is stuck down. Can't find that video anywhere. So who knows, it might be a super rare thing. It never happens again, but it might happen every time we put the top down. Don't know. So anyway, that's all I got for now. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.